Hi, it's Andy again, back with my first impressions of the Smove. First thing I've got to do is apologise for the unboxing video. The pronunciation of Smove was wrong, it's Smove. Of course I knew that, because when I pre-ordered it so long ago, I watched all the promo stuff and read all the stuff on the website, and then I think it's come from, you tell people that you're ordering a Smove or you're going to get a Smove, and you have to say it's spelled Smove, and I think that's where it comes from. So yeah, put this on charge after the unboxing. It took definitely over 3 hours to charge, maybe not quite 4. I just kept popping back and checking for the blue light. So first impressions, it's got a really good weight, to it. The movement in each one of the little gimbal motors, you can't really feel it, you can't hear it. I've had a little play around with the 3 modes. So this is the follow mode, where the camera pans back and forth, and even up and down as you tilt it. And then you've got one where it will lock the horizontal, so the horizon always stays the same. And then the final mode is it's a complete lock, so I can turn it around and it'll always face that position. So the controls themselves are pretty simple. You can change them in the settings. You can invert the tilt and invert the pan. I've left them as factory default, so that means if I push up, the camera goes down. If I push down, the camera goes up. It's a bit like a inverted flight on consoles like the PlayStation. If I go to the left, the camera turns clockwise, and if I go to the right, the camera turns anti-clockwise. What I have noticed, and I'll probably explain in another video, is that when you've got the GoPro mount on there, so this arm, the arm that comes off the handle, is at the back of the phone when it's in phone mode, but in GoPro mode, the arm faces you. And what that means is up switches to up and down switches to down. So it would be really handy in GoPro mode or smart action camera mode if in future software updates they could automatically reverse that setting. I know I could go into the app, but it means every time I have to switch devices I have to remember to go into the app and change it. So just to run through the controls in the GoPro mode. So left is clockwise, right is anti-clockwise, up is up, and down is down. I don't think the app has as many features as the nearly said it again, as the Smove, like the facial recognition and things like that, but it does have a really cool, if I put this onto video mode, and then I'll lock the top of this stump in, so you can tag an object like that, and then no matter where you move the camera, it's always going to point at that object, whether it's a face, a dog, a bike, a cat, a car. That's pretty cool. So that locks on, and you just tap it to unlock, and then it gives you back control. So that's pretty good. Negatives, doesn't really have any. It's really nice. If I was being really picky, I would say that when you want to switch to portrait mode, which is the middle button, you've got to be careful where the bottom of the stabilizer is, because if you need to add the weight, if you've got a larger camera, a larger phone, the weight as it comes round, it comes and knocks the top. So because I'm on an angle, it's not there, but you can see that actually won't fold up into its nice little storage position anymore, because that weight just doesn't clear the top of the handle. But I normally film and take pictures in landscape mode anyway. And the only other thing is you can see how the the grip has slid up slightly. It does tend to move, so I have to push it down slightly. It does tend to move a little bit, and it's probably down to the fact that the amount of weight in the phone and the actual stabilizer itself is obviously wanting to slide through that grip. So it probably I don't know if it's just mine or all of these are like that, or whether it's just that slight play and there's a little bit of give in it and that's it. I mean, if you pinch the top, you can see you get a little bit of a gap. Hopefully you can see that on the camera. But yeah, you don't tend to get that if you pinch in the middle. I definitely did notice it come away from the bottom of the handle there. The grip itself is really nice to hold. It's almost silky. But it is quite a cool day today. I wonder what that's going to feel like when I'm in Spain next week. I'll probably have a play with it and have an update on that if I find it feels sticky in hot climates and things like that. Hopefully the whole stabilizer itself will be absolutely fine. Hopefully my iPhone will. You see a lot of iPhones with that death hot screen thing that happens. These jaws as well, these death jaws that hold the phone, they're really strong. Your phone's not going anywhere. It's almost a two-hand job to get your phone in there. And the first time I put my phone in, it wasn't quite snug at the bottom, and it wouldn't properly balance. So just watch out for that. Make sure it's flush. Make sure that your phone is flush right to this backboard, here, and then also right up to the side one here as well. And yeah, if it's doesn't quite feel right, try your phone with the counterweight on there. So that's it. Thanks for watching. One last thing before I go is, so yeah, just looking again back at the counterweight. If I take the counterweight off, I'll be really careful I don't drop this on the floor. It's got an absolutely tiny little pin and thread there, but you can see how the storage, it stacks really nice and neat, and it just I mean, it's millimeters off being able to do that. So that's a little bit of a shame, but it doesn't do that, because every time you put it away, you've got to take this off. Every time you swap your camera to an action camera from your phone, you've got to take the weight off. It'd be really handy if it was the same dimensions as the bottom grip there, and then you could at least store it on the bottom of your grip if you wanted to.